So my name is Abhishek, and today in this webinar, I will be walking you through the various aspects about how Qlikview is helping answering business questions. So as you are aware today, most of the time, we are developing so many solutions out there in the business intelligence tool with the main one goal in the mind to answer the questions which business is asking to satisfy their needs so that they can earn more and more revenue and get more clarity about into their complex business. So about my brief background, I have around total 10 plus years of reporting and analytics professional experience. Out of that, I have 5 plus years of 5 plus years of experience in developing reports and dashboards in Qlikview. And that's what I will going to explain from my experience that why Qlikview is a choice which pretty much every major company is taking today, and how it is different from any other BI and data visualization tool which is available today. And at the last, how you will going to be benefit by attending this course and the expectation you should have from this course. So let's move on to the next slide. So here is the agenda that we will be covering today in this webinar. So a brief history of Qlikview. So as they say, it's always good to know the background before doing a deep dive into a particular subject so that we are aware how the things have been generated in the past, who have actually created it and stuff like that. That will help us, having a good knowledge about the tool or the technology that we are using. Second is why Qlikview as compared to other BI tools. Here we will look at various ways Qlikview is different from other BI tools. Next is career opportunity with Qlikview. Here I will be showing you around 3 different slides about what are those major companies using the Qlikview, what is the job trends today here in India, and how many and what is the salary range which is currently being given by the companies here in India. All right, so the next is advantages of using Qlikview. Here I have listed out a couple of advantages which I will be showing with the help of the application also, that the kind of advantages you should expect from the Qlikview if you are learning it and then finally using it in your business, in the business or in the department. Next is understanding how companies are adopting Qlikview. So this is very interesting and a kind of a revolution that Qlikview has made when it comes to the adoption of Qlikview as a tool into the company. Then second last is hands-on example. We will look at the application, a demo application to see the Qlikview power and how it really helps in revealing the answers which generally business users or analysts ask on the fly. And lastly, the Q&A section where you can write your questions to me and I will read out your question to everyone and then give you the answer back. So let's move on to the brief history of Qlikview. So Qlikview is a product of QlikTech which was founded in 1993 by Bijongberg and Staffan Gerlius, originally as a consultancy. So originally it was called as Qlikview, which means the quality, understanding, interaction, and knowledge. So Qlikview was basically designed to mimic the way brain works. So for example, brain can ask any question, and that was the basic goal Qlikview developers had in their mind, that it should be a tool which can answer any question, even if it is on the fly or the way brain works, up, down, back and forth, whatever way maybe, the tool should be able to answer based on the data or based on the information that it has been supplied to it. And the key aspect of doing that or designing that tool is the color coding scheme, whereby selected values are highlighted in green, linked values in white, and excluded values in highlighted gray. So to make you better understand about it, I have a application here with me, which will give you an idea what I'm really talking about. So in this application, if you can see, it is a demo application which usually come when you install the Qlikview in your system in your personal computer. So whenever we select anything, it is highlighted in green, right? The thing which I mentioned, the linked value, that means the value which is related to this selection is highlighted in white like this. And all the values which are not related to this selection which is highlighted in green is presented here in the light gray color. So this is what, it really makes it special. First two versions were basically written in Excel using the VLOOKUPs, and then they hired Hack and Wog was to basically redesign or re-architect this Qlikview from the ground up as an in-memory application. They finally renamed it to Qlikview in 1996. Its IPO got out in 2010 under the symbol Qlik, and it was awarded as this 7th best IPO of 2010 in the NASDAQ. ClickTech now has over 24,000. It's relatively old figure. Right now it has crossed, I think, 36,000 also. 36,000 customers in 100 countries, and currently employs over more than 1,000 people worldwide at different locations. The current market cap that it has is 2.5 billion, and so that you can understand that this is how the company is growing and currently having the presence all over the world. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide to see why Qlikview. Why Qlikview, or how it is different from other BI tools. So this is what I have tried to answer with these main highlighted bullets. It's patented in-memory technology. If you have read a little bit about the Qlikview, you have definitely read about its patented in-memory technology. I will going to show you with the help of a simple visual what it really means in a nutshell. And then we will look at the faster BI solution development, how Qlikview do a comparatively faster allows you to do a faster development as compared to other BI tools. Complete suite for R&A, which is reporting and analytics. That means right from data integration to data modeling to finally data presentation, everything is built in just one tool, so that you don't have to go into to any other tool, and everything is set, every your concern satisfied here in just one particular tool, which is Qlikview. And finally, we'll look at the associative user experience, what it really means, and how it benefits to the end user having an associative user experience. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide to see the in-memory technology. If you can see this visual, so this is basically, I have tried to show whatever calculation that we specify within the script or within the expressions of the Qlikview is basically happening into the RAM. So this is the Qlikview's core technological differentiator, that it uses an in-memory data model which is stored in the RAM instead of hard disk. And because the RAM is much faster than disk or the hard disk, it allows for very fast response times, resulting in very smooth user experience. If you have seen this application, right, if I make any selection over here, the response that you get is very fast. You can obviously argue that currently the data is maybe the small, but that happens, that user experience is maintained even when data volumes becomes really big. And if it is if the experience is going down, then obviously we have the Qlikview best development practices, which you will see when you will actually learn this BI tool more about best practices and the different things that you can do to increase the user experience as you are moving on towards the big data or data that is having the large volumes. But overall, the idea is that whatever you will select, this is a very fast and great user experience, which keeps on telling what is related, what you will going to show as soon as you click on any of the thing. So everything which I am selecting, all the evaluation or expression building is happening at the back end in the Qlikview engine, and what you are getting is the smoother experience. So the one thing which I just touched, that you can argue that if the data is small, then probably this is the kind of result we are getting, which is very fast and smooth. But as I mentioned, as we will move on, and once you go into this course, you will see how we can increase the experience. But before that, I can actually share how you can really increase the user experience uh, if the experience is going down or there is a latency in the calculations. That is something like at a high level by increasing the RAM size, which is logical by looking at this visual. So you can see all this expression building and logic building is happening in RAM. So logically, if you increase your RAM size, obviously your calculations and everything becomes faster. So today we know that RAM is comparatively very cheap, as it used to be in the old days, which was very expensive. So you can increase the RAM in your system or in your server, and your experience increases and user get a faster response when they click on it. Or you can tweak the data model, which obviously we will going to cover in this course, so that in such a way that it becomes a design like a star schema, which is a recommended data model design for Qlikview. If you're not sure about star schema, then in general, we can say that it is a data model where a fact table which has all most of the measure values along with the unique values, that is surrounded by the relevant dimension tables having one-to-one connection between fact and dimension tables. Every developer that you will come across doing development in Qlikview, most of the time they advocate about the star schema, and we will go definitely in depth into this course. Another way we can improve the user experience is by document chaining. So document chaining is something like connecting multiple Qlikview document as an enterprise application, so that your concerns are satisfied by having a distributed data architecture into the Qlikview. So whatever I have just explained will going to cover all of these distributed application architecture or data modeling best practices, everything into this course. And that's why one of those reasons developers really like the doing the development into the Qlikview, as it gives them a lot of options of enhancing and increasing the user experience. So let's move on to the next slide to see how it allows us to do the faster BI solutions development. So as you can see from this image that, and even historically, BI has been very much IT driven. So what you are seeing on the left hand side is basically a BI which is IT driven. But on the right hand side, you have BI which is more of a analyst or business driven. So as I said, BI has been very much IT driven historically. IT departments were mostly responsible for the entire business intelligence lifecycle, right from start extracting the data to delivering the reports, analysis, and dashboards. While this model works very well for delivering static reports, but most business find that it does not meet the need for business users, as it tightly controls with IT and the data and tools. Users often experience long lead time whenever new questions arise that cannot be answered with the standard reports. So whenever user has any question, they need to go back to IT. Then IT will going to prioritize this, and then they will going to roll out the application or roll out the answer of the business question. Probably by that time, the question becomes obsolete, and business have already moved ahead with whatever gut feeling they had in their based on their experience. But on the right hand side, the Qlik is basically pride itself in taking an approach to business intelligence that is different from what companies such as Oracle, SAP, and IBM, who are traditional BI vendors, are delivering. QlikTech aims to put tools in the hand of business users. Here we have given the business users, and here also business users are very much tightly integrated to even IT, where IT has just the role of data preparation and governance, but business is basically responsible for creating their own analysis. So QlikTech aims to put the tools in the hand of business users, allowing them to become self-sufficient so that they can perform their own analysis. And because of this approach, QlikTech has made Qlikview in such a way that a normal analyst who was earlier engaged into producing the report via Excel or SQL queries can have a quick learning curve with Qlikview and start delivering new analysis and insights to the company, which ultimately results in fast proof of concept development. As they are working very closely with the business, they can easily negotiate on the change or the requirement they have, and they can get an early sign off also from business users, as they usually know what kind of reports or questions is generally being asked by the business users. Ajay has asked, how about using the .xlsx or CSV files? Yes, you can use XLX or CSV files. So let me show you here in this Qlikview. So what we are currently seeing is the front end of the Qlikview where we have got the data, but there is a back end of Qlikview. Let's go to the back end where we write the script to fetch the data. So the button is here, edit script. Once you go into the edit script, you have this window where a script is written. If you can see this statement which is saying load star, you can actually uh, take a kind of a or make a precursor to a select statement saying select star or rating as rate, like a normal SQL statement. It is similar to that. So what you are doing, you are loading a data here in this statement. Similarly, you are again loading some other data, and if you see here, we have used the .xls file. So there is an option, either you can write the script like this in this fashion if you know all the keywords and all, but if you are not aware of how to write an script, then it is very easy to automatically write this script. How? Let me go back to the end, and you can basically go to table files, go to the relevant location wherever the data file is present, and choose the data. Like I have this test file, and as soon as I click the finish, all my script is over here. And this is a CSV file which I have just imported. So yes, you can get this data, and we will go in depth about all of these different data sources. I hope it is clear now about from XLS or CSV file. So Bharat is asking, do you think the future managers need to update their skills in Qlikview along with Excel to make inferences? Yes, I strongly feel so. Why? Because in Excel, the reports that you make is generally static, but today, there are tools like Power Pivot and all to show you the dynamic nature of producing the results from the given data set. But Qlikview actually takes the next step in providing the analysis. Even if you can see it over here, you will find a difference. So the difference is uh, when you do any selection in Excel, it shows only the result which is relevant to the selection. But Qlikview takes a next step where it also shows what is not selected to it. Sometimes it is very much relevant for managers who is managing products and all, and responsible for sales or marketing. So if they have, suppose, any sales user or a sales rep who is going and doing the sale in different locations, so you can select any location. Like in this case, I have just selected a title of a movie, and I can clearly see who are all the actors were there in this movie and who are all the actors they were not there in the movie. So it gives me both the perspective, what is related to the selection, what is not related to the selection. So thing which is related is always useful, but sometimes things which is not related gives us the new perspective and helps us move into that direction by asking that questions. Oh, okay, if we are not having sales in this area, or this particular sales rep is not doing a sales in this area, then what is the reason? Why is not doing that? He has been assigned with this territory. Let me go back to that sales rep and ask, what is really going on? Are you not finding any customer, or you are not doing any cold calling or anything in that area? So that's, I hope that is probably answer your question. So I hope you are able to understand how ClickView helps doing a faster BI solutions. So in a nutshell, in the past days, or earlier in the days, IT used to manage most of the reporting and analytics cycles for releasing out the reports and dashboards. But in case of a ClickView, they have given the tool in the hand of the users by making it so simple that a normal user or an analyst can quickly learn it and start delivering the insights. That's overall in nutshell what these slides mean. So let's move on to the next slide, which helps us understand the ClickView architecture at a very high level and tell us that ClickView is a complete suite for R&A. So as you can see from this image, that ClickView provides a complete suite for doing the reporting and analytics work. You have, as the first layer, you have the data, by which you can fetch this data from different data sources. It can be ODBC, OLEDB, file, custom data, XML, SAP system, or Salesforce system. So these are basically the custom data sources apart from the normal data sources like ODBC, OLEDB, or file. From all these different kind of data sources, you can fetch the data, execute it into the load script, the script section where I showed you about the load statement and all, how you fetch the data or write the script. And then what we have is the consume content. That means your presentation layer, and as well as layer where you put all of these objects and all. And then finally you roll out to all of your presentation or dashboard into these different clients. And these three layers, which is data layer, load content and consume layer, and finally the client layer, is covered by the security layer from the initial layer, which is fetching the data. So what it means basically, that you can have ClickView security either at a document level, which means you are providing a password to the document and you are saying to the user that if you have the password, then only you can open the document. Or you can assign the role-based security also, which means if I am a user from a particular geography, let's say APAC, EMEA, LATAM, or North America. I hope you guys are aware about that. Or maybe I can take an example of country like India, Singapore, and London, UK. So if any user is logging in from a particular country, then they can basically see their own data, and that's what we do it by creating groups into the Active Directory. We will see into this course how we can do that. But apart from the normal Active Directory, we have a basic security where we can specify in the script about the users who will going to access this application and what their permission should be. It has some third-party tools also for providing the security, and native ClickView security is the one which I just explained, where you can write into the script itself who are all the users and what and how to specify their security. That means the password and all, and the fields that they can access. So overall, this is where it is specifying that data integration over here. Data modeling is happening here in the load script, and then finally the presentation is happening here in the presentation engine, and the actual user are consuming it via these different mediums. So ClickView will get the data from all the database or file system. Syed Ashraf has asked this question. So ideally, yes, ClickView has the ability to take the data from almost every system. Like I have mentioned here, most of our databases gets captured here in OLADB, ODBC connection. Qlikview has already provided some custom connectors to SAP or Salesforce. Qlikview also provide you the option to write your own custom data connectors. It's just that you need to really learn how to write that script and do the connection to that custom data. But that will be very rare. Probably when you will go through this course, you will see that almost every data, like earlier I mentioned, XLSX file, CSV file, or whether it is Microsoft Access database, SQL Server, database from Oracle, any other any of the data source, it can be, it has the capability of accessing it even from the web also. So in that case, if there is any connector which is not present, then you have also have the ability to write the custom data. So the question which is coming again from Syed Ashraf, that is this include NoSQL database, HDFS, MongoDB, or CouchDB? Yes, Qlikview is going in that direction where it can connect to these Hadoop-based file system or MongoDB or NoSQL, which you have mentioned. It's just that for certain these databases, Qlikview has developed their connectors, as we are seeing that there is a lot of development is going on into the big data market. So another question which is coming is load content means the data will cache into memory. So if I understand this question correctly from Syed Ashraf, then it is, you are basically saying that whatever data we will load from the data source will actually going into the memory. Yes, this is right, and that's what the beauty of Qlikview as a tool, that whatever data you will fetch from the data source system, it will going to load that data into the memory so that you can produce your charts and objects into the front end and interact with that. You don't really have to connect with your database all the time. All of your data that you have faced based on your expressions or script is there in the Qlikview system within the RAM, and you are having all that data to do whatever analysis, the charting and visualization you want to do. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Associative user experience. So I think this is one of the slides which is very much attractive to the beginners, and it gives a very good perspective also about the Qlikview as a system, because it gives us a clear differentiation between what our traditional BI system actually creates, the filters or the hierarchy based on, or the predefined hierarchy based on the user's input, and as compared to how Qlikview is doing that. And it basically shows the way the brain works. So let me first go to this traditional BI systems approach of dealing with the BI solution. So here is this main difference, which I earlier mentioned also between Qlikview and other BI solutions, is the associative user experience, where traditional BI solutions have predefined paths to navigate and explore data. Like here, they have mentioned as region. First, user will going to select the region, then they can select state, then they can select product, and then they can select the salesperson. So it is a step-by-step approach. If you are just saying that, okay, I'm not really interested going in that direction, if I just want to select the salesperson and wants to see how each and everything is related to that, whether it is product, sales, region, or chart and data which is over there presented in the front end, then that kind of functionality was missing in the traditional BI system. And that's where Qlikview has its stake, where you can go in any direction, which is easily depicted from this figure. Whether you can select any region, you can select a salesperson, state, or product. No matter what the selection is, it is completely free and up to you what selection you want to do, and you are there and getting your results. So in this way, it provides the infinity flexibility to the end users or the business users to ask the question which is coming in their mind. So to give a quick view about that, how we can do this is basically this, say for example, this dashboard. So I have this movies dashboard where I have director, actor or title. It doesn't really matter whether I am selecting director or actor or title. If I need to, I can go back and select whatever filter I am interested in. Even apart from that, if there is anything I want to select, I can actually do a lasso selection and select it from the charts. It doesn't really matter. It's just that in my mind, and I'm just selecting that and getting my desired output. So this is what I have tried to show in this figure, where you can go in any direction and do the selection. So how traditionally it has worked, there we have an example also for that kind of an environment. So this is basically a list box or a filter which works based on traditional OLAP, where a hierarchy is set like this. That first you need to select, then you select the region, then state, then product, and then salesperson. Similarly, you need to first select any director like Albert Ray. Then it will ask you to select the title, and then it will ask you to select the actor. And then you finally get your desired result. However, this was not the way in Qlikview over here. So if I just clear the selections, I can do whatever selection which is coming in my mind. I am just interested that I'm interested to see movies somewhere between 1960 and 1970, and here I get my result. And then my interest is to see, okay, what is all this 4 clown or 7 woman movies when they actually came in. Then I can simply see that and see what are the figures which is related, what is the values which is related to it. Okay, so I hope it is clear how Qlikview associative user experience works as compared to the traditional solutions which produce the standalone reports and visualizations. All right, so here it comes the interesting part about uh, the major companies who are adopting Qlikview. Here I have given a couple of examples which I usually see from any of the job site or job portal, and in couple of companies I have my own experience also in giving the training and getting uh, basically working in one of those companies also, that they are really going ahead and adopting this tool for their either their own purpose, companies like HSBC or Mahindra, to do their business analysis, or companies like Infosys and Tata are basically using it for providing the consulting to their clients. Flipkart has been using Qlikview from, if I believe right, from past 2 years or so, and they are using it for doing all of these data mining or answering the critical questions or building the to what if analysis kind of things to answer their complex queries about the transactions which is happening over there. So, but these are a couple of just names out of the list of around 36,000 companies worldwide who actually uses Qlikview for to get the answers of their questions. Companies, whether old or new, adopting Qlikview because of its simplicity, scalability, and patented in-memory functionality, which provides faster reporting and analytics. And due to its growth explosion, there are very few experts in Qlikview, and that's why Qlikview experts demand is growing. And you will see in the next 2 slides how much companies are paying as of today and total number of openings that we currently have out there in India for Qlikview as a developer profile. So let's move on to the next slide to see the salary trends over here. If you see this salary trends, so this salary trends is basically taken from the Indeed.com, and I searched it based on the openings, the companies that is providing salaries here in India for Qlikview and the related technology. And you can clearly see the bar which is there for Qlikview is the highest one as compared to any other one, whether it is Tableau Consultant or any other option like Marketing Operations Analyst or different comparison which it has done based on the keyword it was provided, which was Qlikview. And in the next slide, it shows the job trends in Qlikview, which is as of 16th August 2015. The source for this slide is Naukri.com. It shows the number of openings at different locations. The maximum openings are out there in Bengaluru, which is 182. But if you sum up all of these openings, then there are around 400 plus openings that we have in Qlikview as of today. And trust me, we don't have enough experts out there to fill in all these vacancies. People are there definitely having an idea about the Qlikview, but companies are really looking for the experts who have an in-depth understanding of the Qlikview. And probably for those right candidates, there is definitely no part for good salary. So let's move on to the next slide of advantages of using Qlikview. So advantages of using Qlikview. So first thing is this, that it is having a down-top approach of adoption instead of top-down approach. So what it means that uh, that first it is an analyst or a business user who is basically first installing it on their system or adopting it, creating their POC and showing the capabilities of Qlikview to the senior management. And that has happened with me also, where in my initial role, I have just downloaded this tool and basically showed a POC and get their buy-in to get the license. And this has been the trend in many industries also, and that's where even Qlikview has published a case study that because it is so much business centric that it is the first business user or an analyst who is downloading it, using it, creating a proof of concept, and then getting a buy-in from their business. So instead of IT department that is taking up the responsibility of what solution analyst will going to use and then push the senior management to adopt it as top-down approach of dictating tool what is good for an analyst. So following this way, the actual user who is an analyst or a business user give their buy-in at the very first crucial step. So it's a down-top approach of development instead of top-down approach. So second advantage of using Qlikview is that it is an analyst and business friendly approach. We have already discussed a little bit about it. And it is because of its simplicity for developing the BI solutions. It is becoming the first choice of existing analysts or business user who currently using either some Excel sheets or other SQL-based systems for reporting and dashboard. The third thing is faster development and change management. Because Qlikview follows the agile methodology for project management and solution development, so in case of a professional BI solution development, business-centric user actually takes up the tool and do the reports and dashboard development, which results into faster developments happen along with the collaborative change management, because analysts and end users generally work pretty much closely, and since they are collaborating and doing a constant work with each other and using the agile methodology for project development results in faster development and change management. Self-service BI for end user. So why it is an advantage? Because Qlikview gives a greater flexibility to end users for adding new chart or filters on the fly. And that's why it has become a self-service business discovery tool for end user to satisfy all their analysis requirement. So this is something uh, self-service BI for end user uh, is pretty much in demand, because business users really don't want to go through a long change. or a long development cycle. If they have whatever they need as a data point, they just want to use that data point and move ahead with that. And that's where Qlikview has also uh, created its good benchmark in that direction of providing a self-service BI for end user. The next advantage is minimal previous IT knowledge to start working in Qlikview. That's really one of the advantages for those guys who are previously having some kind of analysis or some kind of a little bit of IT experience of how things work and wants to make a career in Qlikview. So Qlikview is basically designed in such a way that a normal business user or an analyst who is working closely with the business or preparing analysis in spreadsheet or SQL-based system have a quick learning curve for understanding and doing the development. So most of the features that are automated in Qlikview, and it's just a matter of fact that you should know where the right option exists for the required functionality. So this is something which is very much there in Qlikview about choosing the right function. If I can show you, like for this chart, so currently it is showing us ratio to total 50-50%. So generally, if you are not aware if an option exists to show the value instead of percentage, probably you may be creating a different expression or a chart here in Qlikview and maybe resulting in long hour of development. But if you know the right option, like if I go here, right click on this, go to properties, it has a lot of properties in there. And if I know in expressions, I have this option relative. If I uncheck this, then it should show me the values like this, 1 and 1. So if I'm not aware, I may have to write some expression like I have written over here, sum or sum divided by total film count and everything. But if I know that option exists, which calculates the percentage, then I will just click here relative, which means relative percentage to total. Click apply. Now it shows me the percentage. Similarly, it has a lot of features in there which you would definitely want to explore as a beginner and figure out uh, all of these functionality instead of going through a long cycle of developing it through the different materials. So that's why I say minimal previous IT knowledge with idea of programming. You can definitely have a very good and quick learning curve with Qlikview and start developing the BI solutions. I mentioned the second last point, which is data integration, ETL, and presentation in one tool. This thing I mentioned in my earlier slide also, and it is one of the very major advantages as compared to other BI tools, because generally these capabilities are not present in those tools where it provides you the data integration, ETL, and presentation in one tool. Like even in case of a Tableau, what it provides is basically you can just simply import the data, can't do much of scripting over there, and finally do the presentation. And pretty much similar kind of functionality in other tools. But in Qlikview, you have all this data integration from multiple sources, do the ETL by providing the formulas and all, and finally do the presentation. So if I have to show you how it is doing it, I will go to Control E, which is edit script, or I can go from here also, edit script for simplicity. And you can see that you can specify expression, you know, you can specify different kind of functions which is present over here. To do all that to usually do in an ETL system. Also integrating data by taking it load which is coming can either be from one file or from different kind of files or from different kind of connections. So data integration and ETL is happening over here, and this is the presentation layer where you will do the dashboard preparation and report preparation. So data integration, ETL, and finally the data presentation in just one tool. And the last thing is this, that it has efficient multi-layer application development. As I have stated earlier also, that it provides you the multi-layer application development, which is something like that you are preparing data in one QlikView application, getting the output of that data into another application so that your application is not bulky and you are having a good user experience. So in that way, it provides an efficient multi-layer application development for a smooth and efficient business user experience. So I will take a pause and before going to the next slide, I will just see few questions. So last couple of questions, I took it from the Hadoop system and all. I've tried to give in the answers for that. So the next question which is coming, that is, what is the basic requirement, I mean technology wise or skills set? So basic requirement from technology wise or skill set. So minimum requirement from for doing the development here in QlikView, if you need to install it, minimum you need to have a 512 MB RAM. Generally in today's environment, you can easily get 1 or 2 GB RAM or even 4 GB RAM, which is very, very good. The hardest size we are usually getting today is 40 GB, which is obviously way above than what is minimum requirement for QlikView. Minimum requirement for QlikView is somewhere around having 10 or 20 GB of hard disk. From the skill set perspective, I mentioned if you have a little bit experience about how to do the expression building within the Excel, or having a little bit idea about how to do the macro development and a little bit idea about the SQL, then you can very easily understand the QlikView and get quickly started with developing the reporting and dashboarding solutions. So next question is, do assist with any job openings in QlikView. Uh, that's something you may need to reach out to Edureka for this and ask your questions over there. No examples are shown, asked by Venkatesh. So Venkatesh, please bear with me for some more minutes. I will definitely gonna walk you through with one of those demo which I am showing you in between of presentation, switching between presentation and that application. I will walking you through with that, and maybe with some other demo which is currently present with me. Okay, how can I use this to handle telecom data? That's pretty a broad question again from Venkatesh. It's again depends on data to data and what analysis you want to produce. Maybe you can ask very specific question after this session, or send your question to Edureka guys and get your concern satisfied. What are the type of script? What are the type of load in script? Arjun has asked this question. So the type of script which is in there is pretty much similar to QlikView. So if I pretty much similar to SQL, what I meant. So if I go back to my QlikView demo, which I am showing for a reference, if I press Control E to go into the script, or click here to go into the edit script, this is very much similar to SQL, like you mentioned, select star from table name, right? Like this. Similarly, it is a load distinct, and this column 1, column 2, column 3, and then some formula they have applied for ETL, column 4, column 5 from the table name or the file name, and then it is specifying that the sheet name or the table is film dollar. Since I have some experience here in reading this, that's why I'm able to read this. But once you will make your hand dirty with this QlikView, you will be able to read it like a SQL statement. But yeah, the answer is it is very much similar to SQL. And as I mentioned earlier also, if you have a SQL background, then it is very, very easy for you to really ramp up here your skills in QlikView and start producing the work. Apart from that, the expression or the conditional expression it uses is very much similar to Excel or any other programming. experience that you have, like this if condition. If this is true, then do this, otherwise do this, which is tan 4. And even the concatenation is pretty much similar to Excel. It is using ampersand to doing the concatenation. So if you have that experience, I think your learning curve will be very fast and you should be able to really make a good progress in your initial days learning QlikView. So let me move on to the next slide. And I think that is ways companies adopting QlikView. I touched a little bit upon it about how company is adopting QlikView. So in the previous slide, I have touched upon this where I mentioned that it is a down-top adoption instead of top-down adoption. That statement is clear from this image, this visualization, which I am showing it over here, that when a user has downloaded the QlikView personal edition from website and quickly produce the solution for a problem statement and shows the solution to the management to get their buy-in. So uh, if the analyst or a developer get their buy-in, then the department adopt the QlikView. So here in this case, the sales department has adopted the QlikView. Once other department sees the capabilities of sales department or the productivity gains that they have increased from the sales department, other departments also adapt, in this case of finance and marketing. And then finally, all the other different kind of departments which is in there in your enterprise adopt this tool, and finally it becomes an enterprise-wide QlikView adoption. So this is an official statement or an official way which QlikView even have researched, that this is how companies are really adopting QlikView and making a full use of their analyst or the manpower that they are having, who is actually responsible for doing the development and support activities for QlikView. So this is a modern way in which companies are working and adopting the QlikView as compared to the traditional way where IT has a superset position for doing all this kind of work and pushing the senior management to take a top-down approach. So this is pretty much all from this slide about ways companies adopting QlikView. Next is I think demo. So this demo I have shown you between the slides that I have covered. I have switched from slides to this demo application. So before that, I'll show you. Let's clear some basics first. So the basic is we call this application as a document. So whatever we are specifying over here is basically a QlikView document or a QlikView movie database document. It has many tabs like this. It has intro section where some introduction is mentioned. It has how QlikView works. This is basically for your users if they are not aware. Uh, you can basically specify that colors, how each color association means. Like we have specified selected values in green, associated values in white, non-associated value is in gray color. Clear is basically to clear all the selection, like that button which is mentioned over here. So, and back is to go back to the back selection, forward is to move forward to the selection that we made earlier. In this traditional OLAP, I have covered this example where we have shown, I have shown you how traditional OLAP system used to work, where there is a hierarchy that first I need to select the director, then the title of the movie, and then the actor to finally see my outcome in this table box about how traditional systems used to work. But in case of a QlikView model, we can select anything according to our interest. So for example, if I want to see how many movies Albert Austin has made, so I will click on this and I will see there is just one movie, and there may be a couple of others if down there. No, there is just one movie which has appeared at the top, which Albert Austin has prepared, My Boy, and these are the actors who have worked in this movie. So, but the next question which comes into my mind, okay, let's see how many movies Jackie Coogan has actually on how many movies Jackie Coogan has worked on. So I will just select on this and uncheck, or again click on Albert Austin and see how many movies Jackie has done. So we can again go back and see, okay, Jackie has done these movie with these three directors, and these are the two movie names which was there. Then the next question you may ask, okay, so The Kid is my interesting movie. Who are all the actors who have worked in this movie and who is the director? So you click on The Kid movie. So you can get the answer. Charlie Chaplin is basically the director. But if you again click on Jackie, you get to know who are all the actors worked in this movie, The Kid. So you can see you can go back and forth and ask whatever question which is coming in your mind. All the data points is in front of you. It's just that your imagination, the question which is coming in your mind, and you get a relevant answer. Okay. If I need to clear this, I will just simply hit on clear, and it will show me entire data. The next is the dashboard. So this is probably most of you are aware of the dashboard, but this is how we generally prepare the dashboard, the standard design that we have, where we have all the filters on the left hand side, how you can create or what kind of analysis that you can create and to show the different components. So here we have used the container component which comes in Qlikview to show multiple analysis right there at the main space. So the first is the average length of movie over time, how it has increased can be seen over here. And if you want to see the movie list, then you have the movie list over here based on your interest or the selection that you are making. An interesting part is this, which I showed earlier also, to make the lasso selection. So you can simply drag with the help of your mouse over the chart area and make the selection. All the relevant associations are made in the memory, and even this movie list and everything is updated into the Qlikview. If you are really interested in uh, exporting this list into the Excel, then you can actually export it by hitting this Excel button, which is over there. If I click over here, it will export your data into Excel, so that if you want to send it to some user who does not have Qlikview or does not use Qlikview and use generally the spreadsheet, you can send this data right to those guys as an extract. So this is how you can export the data into the Qlikview. And this is the container which we were seeing for the for this object to show the different components in one location. Apart from this, it has different types of charts, like you can go to new sheet object by right clicking on the white space or the blank space and go to the chart. You have different kind of generally used chart like bar chart, line chart, combo chart, so on and so forth, along with definitely pivot table and a straight table to do the charting. And you can basically select any of this one and produce the required visualization for you. And apart from the normal charts and all, we have the different types of object like list box, which you are seeing it over here. You have the statistics box, which creates general statistics about the field. Multi-box, where you have the multiple filters presented over there. So for example, if I click over here, I can select uh, the different list values which I want in multi-box, or whatever I want. I will simply select add, click OK. It will create a section for me where I have multiple filters over there, and we can select the interested value and our. So sometimes it is very handy because you cannot show list values like this In that case, if it is multiple filters are over there, you can make use of list box. The next thing we have is input box, which is an advanced one. It uses to make analysis like what if analysis and all, and where you can give an input to the Qlikview dashboard, and the Qlikview dashboard is changing dynamically based on your input. Current selection box. Current selection box is very simple. It basically shows you what we have selected. Like I've just selected Adnan, and that's what Adrian, that's what it has shown. If I select anything from Amy, then it is showing Amy. It is basic. It is very helpful in those scenarios where we have a lot of selections and we want to review what selections we have made. Apart from this, uh, we have other objects like button, which is pretty much self-explanatory. I think most of you have used it. It has an events attached to it, and that event can trigger based on the configuration we are making. Text object is simply to enter the text or the formula. Line or arrow object is very simple, to put a line or arrow to make some kind of divide or some kind of an arrangement so that it is clearly visible to user that these two things are separated. Slider or calendar object to move the to basically have the continuous data or the numeric data on the slider to move that. Calendar is to select the date values. Bookmark object is really interesting, and I would like to talk a little bit about this. Uh, Bookmark object really helps in getting a snapshot of your application. So if I just say bookmark, give a bookmark as a title, and I will say show add button to add a bookmark, show remove button to remove a bookmark, and click OK. So if I am interested that I have done all of this selection and I want to save a snapshot, I will simply click add bookmark and give is as name selection 1. Click OK. Once it is there, and if I have cleared it, and after a couple of days I am back and want to see the same analysis which I have done, I will simply select 1, and all of these selections are given to me. So in this way, you can actually save multiple analysis, and whenever the situation occurs, you can simply select that. In that way, you will not have to remember what are all the selections that you have done. So similarly, it has a couple of others. Search object to search the values. Container, I've shown you this is the container object where you can show multiple analysis. And then custom object and system table. It is basically related to any other object which you want to create. An example can be an HTML text object which can take HTML input, or a system table is basically showing the system values related, what is a table name and all. So this is from my side. From a demo, I wanted to show the different charts, the different components, little bit about flexibility, a little bit about the simplicity and powerness of Qlikview application. The next thing I have is questions, so I will go and try to answer remaining questions which is in there. Okay, so Swati Asthana has asked, how can I practice Qlikview scripting and where? Qlikview scripting is something you can practice within the Qlikview system. For that, you need to install the Qlikview system. You can actually go to the website of Qlikview, which is qlik.com, and here you can actually get the Qlikview system. If you will little bit explore this site, but I'll just try to give you the information. So like here it has said at the very first, at the main page, try it, all of these products which is there to free download. You can download and start practicing the Qlikview. But yeah, you need to install it, which is very simple installation. It's not difficult. Okay. The next question I have, how much work is going on integration of Qlikview with R? So connecting Qlikview with R or integration of Qlikview with R is something, either you can build a custom script so that it can understand the workspace or the data source that R prepares, or if it is something like you want to get an extract from the R, uh, if you are aware of R, then probably you can use a command like write and take the data out and put it there in Qlikview, which will be pretty simple to get the relevant data set out. And if not, then you may need to write a custom code for that to connect to R. There are different types of role: ClickSense System Administrator. Okay, Swati is asking about again the ClickView system. So Swati, this is a ClickView 11 developer which you need to download and install. It's ClickView 11 developer. Okay, so Kiran is asking, how much scope do you find for ClickView after newly launched product ClickSense? So yeah, it's a good question. And ClickSense, if I say, ClickSense is basically kind of having all, pretty much not all, then most of the functionality which ClickView has, but it has its own league as compared to ClickView. So ClickView, when it comes to ClickSense, it is very much like for dashboard users and those who wants to create the stories, or generally they have marketed it with ClickView.next. Still, the development is still going on, and it is relatively stable, but not completely stable. But ClickView 11 is a stable system. In my view, once it has all this capability and it is stable, then in future they may be able to better position ClickSense as a better tool than ClickView if it becomes relatively stable. But yeah, when it comes to handling and doing the data modeling and data integration and the document chaining and all those advanced concepts, ClickView becomes really handy, and you are able to do much more than simply dashboarding and story building, which you usually do, which is quite fancy in ClickSense. And one of those reasons I would like to share that why ClickSense was introduced is because of the Tableau as a product, because it provides great flexibility in terms of and a very basic end user who just doesn't know much about scripting and all. They just want to simply create a jazzy presentation or jazzy graphs and stuff. You simply use Tableau and create it. Kind of similar functionality they have tried to give it into the ClickSense to compete it with that. But when it comes to ClickView, it's more of a complete solution when it comes to data integration, modeling, and presentation also. I would like to thank you all and spending time with me. It was great to have a webinar with you guys, and I look forward to see you guys in the class. Thank you and good night, and I'll meet you in the class. Thank you. Bye.